What's up guys, Eric from Sonic. We are very excited here today to have a very special guest, Melanie, with her very beautiful looking 3Z, very particular looking and very cool color. This car was at the My Japan Direct booth a few weeks ago at SEMA 2025, gathered a lot of attention and it looks pretty amazing. I didn't have a chance to ask her any of the detailed questions yet about the car or anything, so this is a good time to do so. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like what you do for work.
Well, first off, thank you for having me.
Oh yeah.
And for work, I am a nurse.
Nice.
I work in the hospital and that is my full-time job. But today I had it off, so I came by to show off the car.
Thank you. Just looking at your car. Okay, so when I first saw your car, because your build is really clean, I noticed later that it had a wide body. so some wide bodies are just so like, just in your face, right? It's like they want you to know you have a wide body. But this car, just at a first glance, you can't really tell, but once you look at it, it's like, wait a minute, the car is a little bit more wide than factory.
Yes.
And looking further, it's like the type of parts that's on there is put on so nicely that it looks almost like OEM plus, but then there's a lot of things that was done to this car, more I look in detail. So can you walk us through all your modifications, maybe starting from the exterior?
Of course. So the exterior itself is a KUHL-Racing Japan wide body kit. The reason why I chose it or accepted to do this project with My Japan Direct is because it is OEM plus to me.
Yes,
Like
I agree.
It just looks the same as it was, but just bigger, a little better. For the kit itself, I believe it's a 7 or 8 piece kit. We can run through it. The front lip, you have the fender pieces here. The fender here is a full replacement. And then you have the hood. The hood itself, Japan sent an extra, so it was for the other wide body that my friend has. They offered it to me as well because they wanted to showcase it on the car. So I have the hood from KUHL Japan. The roof spoiler right here is another piece. I do like it a lot. It adds a little bit of dimension to the car. Without it, it's just flat. Of course, you have the rear fender. This one is a piece that has been reverse bolted onto the car. I did have to cut the car a little bit and I do have that on my YouTube video. That was my first time doing anything on a car like that.
How much more width did you get from the front and rear wide body?
I believe it's 30 millimeters.
30 millimeters. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not too big.
Yeah, it's not too big.
Yeah. And then my counterpart or my twin has the 90 millimeter one.
90 also, okay, so there's two models.
2 models.
I see.
So I have the smaller one and he has the bigger one. And then a couple more. Just the rear trunk spoiler and then the diffuser.
So the front and rear bumper, the original one's still on there and it's just added onto it.
Correct, that's correct. So everything on this car is OEM. As it was.
Like they all match really well. Look, there's like no gaps anywhere and it's fitted super nicely. Is this factory?
That is not.
That is not okay.
Yeah, factory is silver.
And even if you look at the bottom like diffuser here, I don't know if it's because it's all black. It's really difficult to see the part where it attached, right? It almost looks like it's all just one piece.
Yeah, I tried to make it as seamless as I could.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Thank you.
These tail lights are from Alpha-Rex?
Yes, headlights and taillights are from Alpha-Rex.
How about your exhaust system?
Exhaust is from Apex or Apexi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's quieter than the one I had before, but the car can breathe with it, is how I can explain it best. The car really likes the exhaust, it works well with it. It's just no sound, but I can fix that.
And it's probably because it's turbo. It's turbo, right?
Twin turbo.
Twin turbo, it's twin turbo. And usually twin turbo cars do like more of free-flowing exhaust, I noticed. And it helps with performance, right? Yeah.
I haven't tested much performance because I haven't driven it too fast, but I think my friends can confirm that.
So I noticed about your license plate, it says Hero Z.
Yes.
So can you tell us what that means?
I'll make a long story short.
Okay.
I had a 350Z. It was named Hero, H-E-R-O, after one of my favorite K-pop idols.
Nice.
This one I just wanted to keep like that legacy, so I went with the same name but just the Japanese spelling, H-I-R-O. And then one more piece, if we can come around the corner. It's the most amusing piece to me.
All right.
So our gas tank or cover is already so big, But with this kit, it's even bigger.
Oh, wow, that is really
It's
big.
huge. And then with the actual piece on it, it fits the kit, but it makes it bigger. It's always the piece that everybody's shocked by the most.
Really big. Probably bigger than my face.
Okay, probably. And then the side skirts are nice too.
It's a very clean kit for it being a wide body. Like you said earlier, it's very OEM plus.
Yes.
How much of your fender did you have to cut? And it's on her YouTube. You have your own YouTube page, right?
I do.
It's on her YouTube page if you guys want to check it out.
I want to say it was close to this much.
Okay, so it's not too
not
much.
the whole thing. We did have to end up cutting a little bit of the actual kit underneath because with the fitment of the wheels and the coils and how big I got the tires, it kept rubbing. Project Dream helped me cut a bit of the body kit and now there's no rubbing.
Can you tell me about your wheel setup? It looks pretty cool.
It's a bit dirty because it's been raining, so just ignore that.
Yes, it's been raining for a few days now here.
For the wheels, I like TEs, I like Meisters, I like Advans. So these are the second set of wheels I got for this car. As most people know, I had the blue TEs on. With the Meisters, I essentially chose black on black because of the Pandem Z that was shown at, I believe, Tokyo Auto Salon last year. They had the blue Pandem with these wheels. I don't know, I kind of like them. And it's different. Everybody has brushed, polished, chrome right now. So I think it was just me trying to be a little different. I think it ended up coming out really nice. For these wheels, Cool Japan and Work Japan actually worked together to come up with the fitment for this car. And whatever they recommended is what I went with, and luckily it fit everything.
Nice. Well, that's super cool. We've been seeing a lot of Meisters lately, and I like that with Meisters, everyone could customize the barrel, the bolt, the inside, you know, so that's what's really cool about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice setup. I like
you.
it. So it looks like you have some calipers that's also silver in color.
I went with that to match everything, and I didn't like gold, so that's why everything is silver. But my big brake kit is from APG. With them, just like the Meisters, you can customize the rotor hat and the caliper color. This one's actually their newest set. So they offer the caliper in gold or this polished finish. I have the polished and my booth mate at SEMA has the gold one. And then I went with the blue rotor hat because obviously it's blue.
Yeah.
It brings a pop.
Oh yeah, it really does. It's just those little subtle things, right, that makes a huge difference in the overall build.
Yeah.
And how about your suspension? What are you running on?
I have HKS coils, the Hypermax S. I had Swift springs before, and I decided when we were doing this build to upgrade a little bit. And I really like the way Project Dream did the alignment and the fitment. They feel really good. It's just, I think the car itself is a little bumpy.
So you drive it with this height everywhere you go?
Yes, I do. Since the lip in the front is so low to combat like dying on the road, I do have a cup kit for the front. So it raises the car up when I go over dips or bumps and then bring it back down to this height.
Very needed, especially if you have a lip that hangs low and hangs a little bit more forward.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver.
Yeah, I really like your two-tone with the black and the blue.
You.
And you made it work really well too, because sometimes it could make things look cheap, right? But then for yours, like you executed it so well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
I did the same with the OEM look for the two-tone as well, because the Z's that come in color, like red, blue, it came with that design in the back. So I decided to just copy it. As OEM as it gets.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's the most OEM wide body kit car that I probably ever seen.
Thank you.
So, yeah, good job.
Thank you so much.
Anything else we missed in regards to your modifications?
I can list some. I think I just have apexy control arms.
Okay.
Oh, I have bridge seats in the car.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, they are the Stradia 3, so they recline.
Nice.
But I need the adjustable rails. They're very low right now. The steering wheel is like right here too. I have to And then I do have a Cooler Works short shifter kit. So they
Yeah.
didn't make that for my car. They only made it for the 370. So it rests a little bit more forward, but it still works really
Yeah.
well. It still fits.
So for your car to look like this,
Yes.
what's your original car color?
Black.
Black, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go from getting the car going straight to this, or did you have some different stages in between?
I pretty much took the regular car from that
Yes.
and went straight to this.
Okay.
The only thing I had on the car were the TEs.
The T's, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out. So when you had the T's, did you have the wide body?
I did not.
You didn't, okay. So it was before your wide body.
Yes.
And what colors were your T's?
Mag blue.
Matte blue. Matte blue. Oh, okay.
My
Such a nice color.
favorite.
You obviously you love cars. What's your whole history? What got you into cars?
I like to tell the story of when I was in 5th grade. I was in my dad's passenger seat. We were driving to school or something, and I saw a 350 on the road next to us, and I just liked the shape. I liked the style of the car, and I eventually said, you know what? I'm gonna get that car. And I said that throughout middle school, throughout high school, and eventually I did get the 350. I love that car.
Wow, so
loved it.
from 5th grade all the way to when you got your car in high school?
Yeah.
You said?
Like a little bit after high school.
A little bit. So you've been eyeing that car for all those years. What is it about that car you like?
I have no idea. At that time, I had no idea. I just liked how it looked.
Yes.
I liked the shape of it. I liked that it looked like a sports car.
Yeah.
But still an affordable sports car, in my opinion. I liked that it was 2 doors, 2 seats. At the time, I didn't like driving people around.
Yeah.
So I was like, 2 seats takes away the passengers. So
That's right. And is that car modified too?
it only was a little bit.
Yeah.
I just did the color as a similar one. It was a baby blue as well. When I bought it, it came with wheels already. It had racing hearts. Otherwise, it was pretty stock.
Yeah. Racing Hearts, yeah, they were really hot back then. Yeah. I had the Racing Heart C5s on an Eclipse a long time ago.
Yeah, they were popular.
1999, so it's pretty old. But
It's back then.
yes, back then. That's cool. So you had the 350Z.
Yes.
And what got you to move on to this?
I eventually had to sell the 350Z. Didn't know how to maintain it that well. Didn't have the money to maintain it that well at the time, and didn't have the friends that I do now that could help me maintain it, so I had to sell it. Eventually I got a Corolla, which I learned manual on. It wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough power, it wasn't enough in looks and styling. It just wasn't what I wanted or liked. I do like it though, I do miss it. But this was announced while I was looking at a Supra. But as soon as Nissan announced this, I said, forget the Supra, I'm gonna get this car. So eventually I did.
So were you like one of the first to get these?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, you were? Okay, nice.
Not one of the like super first
Yes.
ones. I think I got it about half a year or a year after they really started.
There was a wait list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of delays too in the beginning.
I did get it during that time.
Nice.
So I did pay a little bit extra.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was something that was happening everywhere,
Yeah.
especially like right after COVID.
Unfortunately.
yeah. That's
But right
cool.
now it's MSRP if people want to buy it.
Yeah.
So.
And we've been seeing more on the road. It's probably because of that reason. So you got it in black.
Yes.
And you start fixing it up.
Yes.
Just because, you just like your car. And then, in the beginning you say you had T's, just basic bolt-on mods and stuff.
Yeah.
What got you committed to going wide body? Because it takes a lot of commitment.
It did. So my friend works with and for My Japan Direct, and they were looking for a Z to do that cool wide body on. And he initially asked me for the bigger one, but that one I was much more iffy about.
Yeah.
It was like too much, and I daily this thing. Somebody else applied for it, and then he offered the smaller one.
Nice.
I spent a good 2 months looking at the photos that he sent me, just zooming in, zooming out. I was like, do I want this?
Yeah. You gotta look at it from every single angle and
Exactly. And I was like, is this something that I can do? Eventually, I thought about it a lot more. I thought it looked cool, but I thought it was OEM plus enough, like it would keep the same body styling without changing it too much. And then it gave me the opportunity to work with people like Epexi, with Alpha Rex, with any of my sponsors that I could only dream of working with.
Yeah.
The wide body kit gave me an opportunity that would have been more difficult had it not been offered to me, and it gave me a chance to put my car in SEMA which was the actual first car show that he was in and that I was a part of. So,
Nice.
you know, people like to say you start off a little bit lower and then you make your way up to SEMA, but I just went all the way to the end.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely did. You made a presence there
Yeah.
too with the car
did.
looking like this. Yeah.
So it just gave me a lot of opportunities that I honestly already wanted. So that's why I chose to do it and decided to do it.
All right. Well, I know today we installed our Encore Alpha power amplifier in your car.
Yes.
And you got a little bit listen to it. Should we jump in the car and give a little more listen to see like how you think about it?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's do
Let's
it.
do it. All right. All right, so we are in the car and let's turn it on. Let's listen to some tunes.
Okay, let's do it.
That's the Encore Alpha power amplifier in here. All plug and play.
Even just hearing it above the engine noise, the exhaust, it's much louder and much clearer than when it was just regular Bose system for the car.
Our system really helps just replicate the original sound that was intended from the musician and then makes it more clear so that you have a lot of noise going around in the car, especially cars with an exhaust system like this. So it really helps by having something like this. Usually if you want to upgrade your sound system from your car, especially if you have like a Bose sound system, you have to do a lot of work. There's a lot of wiring. You got to change out the speakers. That you need all these like adapters, interfaces, and it could take a few days just for the install labor, and it could cost a lot of money too. But for us, we have that plug and play Encore Alpha amplifier. It doesn't take that long. Very easy to install. Very easily reversible too, and you can also expand it easily. So if Melanie ever wants to add more like a power subwoofer on this, then she definitely can do so very easily. All right, so while we're inside a car, we noticed that the car has some signatures inside. So what is this?
We have this one. This one is from Tamura-san. So as far as I know, he is the father of the GTR, and he's a good advocate or great advocate for my car, and part of the reason why it exists right now. So I met him at SEMA, and then I met him again when I came home for the Gran Turismo Awards, and I heard that he was advocating for my car to be one of the top contenders to win. So I'm grateful to him. I'm so happy I got to meet him and talk to him. That was like a huge experience for me.
Oh yeah, what an honor for the actual, like the father of Skylines to advocate for this specific car, this specific build, right?
Yes.
And I mean, that's a very special treatment, and that's pretty amazing.
Was.
Yeah, wow. So when we were doing the install earlier, we were very careful not to touch the signature because we want to make sure it stays here forever. There's also a few more
I have
signatures down here.
2 here. So this one of my booth mates basically manhandled this console area. We got Sung Kang's signature up here. Another one of my booth mates did a really funny video that Sung Kang saw. So he and his media team invited him back, and luckily for me, being part of the booth with him, his name's Ruben. He invited us to go with him, and it was the last day, and I was desperate to get Sung Kang's signature, so I'm so grateful for him. And then this one, while I was out there, Larry Chen was having his meet and greet at his booth, so I just snuck it over and I met Larry Chen again and got him to sign my chip knob console.
That is cool. Amazing time with Melanie today. Thank you so much for just sharing your car, sharing about you, and just the process it took for your car to be at the booth and for you to meet all these amazing people.
Yes.
Your car all fixed up, looking good. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love talking about the car.
Absolutely. And for all of you guys out there, if you are also interested in being featured in one of our Be Social series, go ahead and comment below, or you can email us at info@bsonikusa.com. We'll be happy to have you on here. The only requirement is that you have a B-Sonic product on your vehicle. If you don't have it yet, come on B-Sonic and go ahead and purchase it. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet, help our channel, give us that subscribe button, give us that like, and give Melanie also a follow. Thank you very much, and see you guys on the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.